morning, sir. Sir, you're charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Shh. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. On February 5th, 2025, the officer responded to a suspicious person with a weapon on 5900 Gulf Freeway. The officer made contact with the defendant, who was 17 years old. The defendant advised he was inside Jack in the Box while brothers were selling waters outside. The defendant saw a male rushing at his brothers with a knife, pulled out his gun, and pointed it at the male while telling his brothers to run. The officer performed a search on the defendant, locating a 9mm Glock 19.
This is where things get really interesting. He's only 17 but he pulled a gun to protect his brother. So the big question is this self-defense or a clear violation of the law? What do you think? Was he right or wrong?
And the defendant advised he bought the gun from a friend for $150.
I mean,
Yes, Judge. In this case, the officer was going off the fact that he performed the search because he indicated there was a firearm. So
he's going to the defense of others.
yes, Judge.
It's another person.
And it's just the way this is pled is because he's underage. He's below the age of 21. That's the way it's pled, Your Honor.
Did you hear this?
Hold on. I'm going to go yell at somebody. Hold on. Hi, Judge. Is this young man charged with unlawful carrying of possession for being under 21?
Correct.
Hold on. I've got a kit. Here's the GPS
But I'm
memo.
more concerned about the defense of others. Did you hear it? I mean,
Well, hold on.
hold on a second.
Here's GPS.
Let me give you a lawyer, Mr.
Yeah. Oh, I volunteer. Representative. Yeah.
Give me a record, can you fill that out, please?
I will do that. But here's a GPS memo saying that it's
Hold on a second.
unconstitutional.
You know, Representative Gentleman?
Oh, hell yes. Here's the Fifth Circuit.
Now this is a dramatic twist. The judge is stepping in with legal arguments and even a volunteer lawyer jumps into the case, something you rarely see in court. Could this law actually be unconstitutional? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
Saying it's unconstitutional. Here is the United States District Court, Northern District, saying it's unconstitutional. Here's a motion to quash information. I'll just cross out the name.
Great job.
Yeah, I had to get in this fight yesterday, and I'm teed up.
Here you go, Mr. Tito.
Thank you.
Judge.
I was gonna, yeah, I was, look, you gotta be very careful. You know, God forbid something happens where you really dig yourself a hole. I'm gonna find no probable cause, but really, you have to be very careful. You know, sometimes you make a decision in life and it can really have consequences, all right? You know what that means, right? Are you in school? It all starts with school, man. You got to get back into school. This is not a good way to go through life at 17. The more schooling you have, the more money you're going to make. Knowledge is power, my friend. Do it. Make something. Make me proud. Please. You got it. It's going to get dismissed. Be careful, friend.
Literally have all that on me because I have a case in another court.
I was going to find no PC anyways.
Mr. Williams, you're being accused of unlawful carrying of a weapon. You are presumed innocent, which means I assume you didn't do it. Do you understand that? You have the right to have a trial in this case. Do you know what a trial is? And you have the right to have a lawyer represent you at that trial. Your lawyer is here with you today. You're out on bond while you wait for the trial, and there are some conditions to being out on bond. In your case, those conditions are come to court, don't get arrested, and no firearms. So wherever you live, work, hang out, there can't be a gun there, even if it belongs to someone else, because you can't have ready access to a firearm. Do you understand that? All right. You'll meet with pretrial services today before you leave. The young lady behind you in the blue, she'll go over the rules with you to make sure that you understand them, and she'll have you sign stating that you understand them. But before we do all of that and reset this case, let me first hear if there's probable cause.
Yes, Judge. On or about January 31st, 2025, officer observed the defendant's vehicle traveling with a plastic cover over the license plate and a cracked windshield, initiated a traffic stop at the 1200 block of May Drive in Harris County, Texas. Officer observed the vehicle's public VIN to be bubbling, which indicated to the officer that it may have been tampered with. and the officer asked the defendant to open his door so that he could see the VIN on the inside of the door. When the defendant opened the door, the officer observed a handgun unholstered in plain view on the door pocket.
Wait, what was the reason for the stop? I missed that.
Cracked windshield, and he had a plastic
Cover on the,
on his VIN, which is he could see on the license that you could see, but it had like I have a vision in my head, like when you put something in a clear paper, laminate, something like that. So he could see the license plate, but it had clear plastic on it.
And you said a cracked windshield.
all that the DIMS alleges is it was in a plastic
And then when he pulled them over for those reasons, he said that the VIN was what?
bubbling. I don't know what he means by public VIN. See.
Would you like to be heard?
I don't see any reason for the actual stop. I mean, if he has a cracked windshield, that's not a good reason for a stop. He could see, it looked like he could.
And once again no probable cause, that means the prosecution failed to prove their case at this stage, but remember this doesn't always mean it's over. They could come back with more evidence. Do you think the police made a mistake? Or was the evidence just too weak?
See the license plate if there's a clear plastic on it. So I'm not sure what it was like in the first place. And even that aside, the fact that the gun was inside, I don't believe something in the door pocket is plain view. I mean, that's neither here nor there, but I don't think there's a good reason to stop in the first place.
I've given you all I have.
All right. All right. I find that probable cause does not exist for this case to continue. Sir, the state has fallen short today in their accusations, but they might try to go and do some additional investigation, at which point a warrant or a summons could issue for you for this very same allegation. I don't have a way to predict whether or not they are able or will do that, but they do have the right to do that. And so I want you to be aware of that possibility. Your lawyer can talk more with you about what that might look like if it happens. All right, you are free to leave.